you go to start your perspective projects, what you need to consider is that you have specific tools. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a T-square. A T-square literally looks like a T, and it helps make nice, square, straight, perpendicular lines. I can line this up on the edge of my paper to make sure they're very well lined up. However, a T-square on just a piece of paper will shift and move on you. It's better used when you tape the paper down to a board that can't move. Another option is a right angle or a drawing triangle like you see in the video right now. This is going to also allow me to line up one edge on a straight line of the triangle, and then the other side would become a perpendicular. So I'm going to use this throughout the video. The remaining tool that you're going to use is going to be your ruler throughout this. On the specific handout that you have, look at your boxes going from the top left of your page and start numbering them if you want to help you remember what order you draw these in. So it's 1 through 4, then it's going to continue counting across and down just like you're reading a book. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my drawing triangle to find a nice horizon line. I'm lining up the left side of my drawing triangle perfectly with the edge of the box so that I know that the line that I create is perpendicular or a 90-degree angle to the edge of the box and is going perfectly straight across. This is going to become my horizon line. That is the place that separates the sky from the ground. And I'm going to label it off to the side so that I do not forget. The next thing that I'm going to add in is my vanishing point. A vanishing point is a very small dot in the middle of my horizon line. If it's a big dot, it's actually going to cause you more problems when you try to line everything up to it. A small dot is going to be very nice and specific. The fourth step on this worksheet is to draw in the front edge of my boxes. I actually find it easier if I just draw a straight line down. Notice how I'm using the top of the box now to make sure that I'm making a right angle, parallel, and perpendicular lines. So I just made 2 lines, one on the left, one on the right, and now I'm going to go through and I'm just going to create a top and a bottom to each one of those boxes, and I will erase whatever is unnecessary and now take away those extra lines. At this point, I'm going to focus on just the top box and those corners. And I'm going to bring those corners directly to the vanishing point. Here I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to pick one corner and I'm just going to connect it as carefully and as specifically as I can and draw a line that connects these two. If you pay attention, I am drawing very lightly because I know that majority of this information is going to get erased later. So I'm going through and I'm drawing these lines. I'm connecting 3 corners. Because the 4th corner is completely hidden behind these other orthogonals, I'm not going to worry or focus on drawing in that one. So right now I did only those 3 corners. Now I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to do this 2 more times to each of my remaining boxes. In the middle box, I only need to do those 2 lines, those 2 corners closest to the middle because the other 2 sides aren't going to be shown. On the bottom box, I'm going to do 3 sides just like I did on the top. Always refer back to your handout. Those directions are showing you exactly what you need to do, and these are all your step 4 directions. I also like to sometimes check mark off once I finish something so I can keep track of it. When we get to this next step, we are creating the side and the bottom of the box. What you need to understand is that you cannot just make up this line and assume you know what a parallel or perpendicular line is. You must be using something like your right angle and actually getting it very precise, lining up the bottom of your angle. So you notice that I went through and I did the right-hand side. Now that I made that right-hand side, when I go to make the bottom edge, I'm actually going to shift the triangle up and down until I get to that corner. Where the corner met is now where I make the straight line go across. That way these sides look like they are in fact touching. To check and make sure that this looks good, I am erasing those extra parts of the orthogonal line that are going back to my vanishing point because I no longer need them. If you look very closely at the last 2 steps or the last 2 boxes, they made the example where they're different depths. So one box is really long, one box is short, one box is medium. So on this box, I'm making it a little bit longer than the box before it, so it looks like it's going back closer to the vanishing point. When I erase my lines on this one, I'm also going to erase the parts of the horizon line that are overlapped. Finally, I'm going to go on and do the bottom one. You're going to notice that I'm going to focus on my straight lines, making sure everything is parallel and perpendicular. I'm going to do the right side of the box. I'm lining up the top edge of my paper. Once I draw this side of the box in, I'm able to go in and now do the top edge of the box. When I do the top edge of the box, I slide this up and down until I meet that corner where they're orthogonal meets, and I'm going to draw across from that orthogonal line so that the top of the box and the side of the box match up. Now I've completed 3 boxes going to a 1-point perspective.